Settle into the end of your mat. Relax your head and shoulders, arms onto the mat. A few deep breaths. You can drop your forehead onto the mat. Stay still if you wish, or come onto the fingertips, straight arms, lift the head and rock side to side a few times. Already stretching the chest, shoulders. Make sure the back of your neck is relaxed as well. Looking on the mat is absolutely fine. And come onto all fours. Stack the hips and knees straight into your cat-cow. Inhale as you open the heart. Exhale, round the back. Couple more times. And I'll make this the last one. Back into neutral spine, few circles into the wrists. And then reach the arms forward, spread the fingertips, tug the toes, and find your first downward dog. And then big movements once you're there, big pedals, really bending knees, one at a time, making those walks bigger than usual. I'm just going to go side to side with the hips a few times, dropping the heels all the way over to one side. And then the other side. Again, make the movement a little bit bigger. You start feeling the stretch, straight arms. I'm going to make this the last one to the other side. And then come back to your downward dog in the middle. Let's just walk to the front of the mat straight away. Feet hip distance apart. One halfway lift, big inhale. Exhale, forward, and we're just going to move in and out of these two positions. Inhale, start with a rounded back and then straighten it out. Exhale, forward onto those knees, really bend the knees. One more time, inhale. And exhale, one more little stretch. Let's just dangle down. You can grab the elbows with the opposite hand, swing side to side. Really try and hang the crown of your head and the elbows. Bending knees. And then hands on your knees, round the back even more. As you bend your knees even more, come up slowly, restacking vertebra one by one. Reach up on the top, big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's start your first sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Slide back, bend straight away if you want to squeeze your glutes. And exhale, forward fold. Take it nice and slow with the first one. Long breaths. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, I'm going to step back by all means. Jump back into your high plank position and just hold it here. Shoulders above the wrists. Spreading fingertips, feet are hip distance. Draw the navel into the lower back. Feel the core muscles switching on. Hold it for one more inhale, look forwards. Exhale, drop the knees onto the mat for now. Just sink onto your front, arm tucking the toes. Starting with mini cobras, using your back muscles. Inhale, lift the chin in the end. Exhale, come all the way onto the mat. Twice more. Use the arms by all means to push you up. Feel a bit more in the back muscles. Exhale all the way onto the mat. Inhale one more time. Staying with mini cobra. And exhale, come onto the mat. Push up onto all fours. And then sit into child's pose, tug the toes, and find your downward dog again. Take a couple of breaths. Lengthening those shoulders, the chest. Either looking towards your ankles or onto the mat. And then lift the right leg behind you, finding a three-legged dog, trying to keep the hips square to start with. I'm keeping the left heel off of the mat, slide bending the left knee, and just hold your three-legged dog. Make sure your arms are straight. You're still trying to drop the sternum to the mat. I'm gonna go for your box, which we love so much. Big inhale, lift that right heel a bit higher. Exhale, bring that right knee to the right elbow. Try and press on it, keeping right toes off of the mat. Glide the knee down onto your right wrist and over to your left wrist. Up to your left armpit and back to your right elbow. Push it back into three-legged dog. I'm gonna do another 2 of these on the right side. Big inhale, right knee to right elbow. Right wrist, left armpit, and right elbow. Try and touch every time. Push back into three-legged dog. That gives us a little bit of a break. Big inhale, exhale, push that right knee to the right elbow. Right wrist, left armpit, back to your right elbow and push back into three-legged dog. Big inhale. This time bring the knee to the nose, round your back, come onto the right fingertips, and then step through in between the thumbs. And find that runner's lunge. Holding it here for a breath or 2, left leg straight. Right knee's bent above the right ankle. Drop the right hand flat if you haven't done it yet so far. Easy twist, right fingertips up. Sorry, left hand is flat, right fingertips to the ceiling. Big inhale. As you exhale, hug that right knee in with your right elbow. So basically, I'm hugging in that thigh. Reach back into your easy twist. Big inhale. And I'm going to come onto the outside edge of my left foot and right foot. Drop the hip and point the right fingertips to the left, to my left heel. Come back into your easy twist. Big inhale. And exhale, hug that right knee again. So we're going to do 3 rounds of these. Inhale, easy twist. Exhale, drop onto the outside edges of your feet. Point your right fingertips to the left heel. Drop the hip. You're going to feel the stretch in your right glute, possibly your left side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hug that knee for the last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop the hip, come onto the outside edges of the feet. Inhale, reach back up. And exhale, put the right hand flat, shoot that right leg back. Let's flush it out. Inhale, look forward, either drop the knees or go through your full chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, cobra. If you want the thighs off, upward dog. And then push into your downward dog in your own time. Take a couple of breaths. Find that nice stretch in the chest. You can still keep a slight bend in the knees. And when you're ready, lift the left leg. Let's repeat the whole thing on the other side. Hold your three-legged dog for a breath. Leveling hips. Still keeping a slight bend in that right knee. Right heel is off by all means. And we've got the box 3 times. Inhale, lift that left heel higher. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. To the left wrist. Over to the right wrist. And up to your right armpit. Back to your left wrist and back into your three-legged dog. Big inhale. Exhale, knee to that elbow. Down to the left wrist. Over to the right wrist. Up to right armpit. And over to the left armpit. Back to three-legged dog 1 more time. Big inhale. It makes my core shake. Elbow to knee. And to the wrist. And to the other wrist, up to the right armpit, over to the left armpit, and push back into three-legged dog. Big inhale, knee to nose, come onto the left fingertips round your back, and step through in between the thumbs. Find the runner's lunge first, back leg straight. Long back, lifting the crown of the head to the front. Easy twist first, right hand flat, left fingertips to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, hug that left thigh. Inhale, reach up, drop onto the outside edges of the feet, point the left fingertips to the right heel. Come back into your easy twist. Inhale, exhale, hug that left knee. Inhale, reach up, come onto the outside edges of the feet. Feel that stretch down your right side, but I'm feeling this in my left glute as well. Inhale, reach back up, level those hips. Exhale, hug that left knee for the last time. Inhale, come back. Easy twist. Exhale, point to the back. Drop that hip. Take it a little bit further if you can. Inhale back into your easy twist. Left hand on the mat. Shoot that left leg back and go through your chaturanga in your own time. Inhale into your cobra upward dog and push into your downward dog. Find a stretch again. One more breath here. In your next inhale, look forwards and step or jump forwards into a wide yogic squat. Feet are out, maybe wider than your mat. Heels low. Heels stay down, bum low. And then look forwards. Let's start with this first stretch. Opening the inner thighs and the groin. Let the tailbone drop. Let the crown of your head lift. Hands on the mat. Push your bum in the air on your next inhale and heel to the feet about hip distance. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold once you're there. Just then go down for a breath. Feel a bit more stretch in your hamstrings. If you want to grab the back of your legs, by all means. Make sure your neck is relaxed. So hang that head. Nod your chin. Turn head side to side. On your next inhale, bend the knees, flatten the back this time and come all the way up. Inhale, reach up on the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up again. Let's go again straight away. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Go through your chaturanga however you wish. Exhale, with the same breath if you can, sink down. Push forwards if you want that upward dog. Make sure your thighs are working. Exhale into your downward dog. And then find it for a breath. It lengthens your chest and hopefully the hamstrings as well. Make sure you're still dropping the armpit to the mat. Let's lift the right leg again. Three-legged dog. Straight away, knee to nose. A nice and controlled step through in between the thumbs. As soon as you're there, lift the arms up into your crescent lunge this time. Let's just hold it here for a sec. And settle into that stance. Right knees above the right ankle. Shoulders away from the ears. Tucking tailbone slightly just to protect the back. Vertical twist to your right. As you turn over, left fingertips go to the front, right fingertips go to the back. And again, just hold it for a sec. Bend that front knee so you're sinking into it, but your left heel is still pointing up to the ceiling. If you can, look over to your right. Let's reverse that lunge. Put the right hand onto your lower back, or onto the back of your left thigh, and reach the left fingertips up to the ceiling. So you're twisting that lunge. Sink a little bit further down. On your next inhale, look forwards. And lower your arms about chest level. Sweep all the way around to your left. And as low as you can, come around, sitting onto your left heel into a side lunge. Take your time with that, take your time. Put your left elbow on the left knee if you need to, or put both hands onto the mat. And take your time to find that side lunge. If you can go low straight away, please do. If not, just stay up. Maybe rest your left elbow on the left knee. Or both hands on the mat. But if you're already sitting down, you can turn the right toes up to the ceiling. Make sure the right elbow stays on the inside of the right knee. Maybe lift your chest, so you're getting that lovely straight back. And then frame that left foot, so you're going to turn to the back. Turn around. Come into that lunge position, but you're turning to the back of the mat. So you might struggle a little bit if you're facing away from me. Beautiful. From here, put the hands flat. And imagine you're just pulling the left knee to the nose as if you're about to go back into your three-legged dog. So I'm bending my left knee and I pull my left heel up to the bum, but I'm going to touch my nose to the left knee. Now trying to hold that high plank position. My core is working really hard. Push up into a three-legged dog. Inhale, push that left leg up. It's a nice relief in the stomach. As you exhale, bring the left knee to the right elbow again. And let's extend into a side plank by pressing the right heel onto the mat and extending that left knee, reaching right fingertips to the ceiling, fallen triangle. Once you're there, just lift the hips high. And then right biceps to the ear. So you're going to reach to the back of the mat with the right fingertips. You should get a nice stretch on the right side of the body. And hold it. One more breath. Lift the hips higher. And just when you think it's over, we're going to do another plank on your other side. So circle that right hand onto the mat. Bring that left knee to the nose one more time whilst you lift the right knee off of the right heel off of the mat. And now pivot that right heel onto the mat. Come into a side plank, left fingertips to the ceiling. And you're going to play around with that left leg. You can do the tree pose if you want to put the left heel onto the right inner thighs. You can hover that left leg. Whatever you need to do, you can stack the feet. Lift the hips a little bit higher wherever you are. And on your next inhale, high plank, left hand down, both feet down. And chaturanga as you exhale, sink onto the mat. Inhale into your cobra, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. I know you're facing the back of the mat. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side. Just find your breath first. I certainly need it. And when you're ready, lift the left leg behind you. Three-legged dog. Straight away, left knee to the nose. Step through nice and controlled. Find the runner's lunge. On your next inhale, lift up into your crescent lunge, arms to the ceiling. Just settle into it, no rush. Sink the hips low. Find a tight core so there is no pain on the lower back. You might feel that stretch in the right hip flexors, and that's good. Shoulders away from the ears. One more inhale, ready to twist. Exhale, vertical twist. Your right fingertips are pointing in front of you, but you're looking to your left. And find that vertical twist. The left knees are still pointing in front of you with your right fingertips. But your left fingertips are pointing to the back. Sink into it a bit more. Let's reverse. Left hand on your lower back or on your right thigh. Reach the right fingertips to the ceiling. Give it a slight back bend if you can. Sink a bit lower. Hold it for one more breath. And then we are going to sit into a side lunge onto your right heel. I'm looking forward. I'm lowering the arms chest level, sweeping all the way around. And slowly sitting onto your right heel into your side lunge. Elbow on the knee, hands on the mat, whatever you need. This is your first one, take it slow. Again, take it as far as you can, as far as you wish. Keep that right elbow on the inside of your right knee. Take your time. If you're already quite low, think about taking the hands off of the thigh. Think about flattening the back, maybe hands to heart center. If not, keep the hands on the mat. Hold it for one more breath, and we've got that runner's lunge, framing the right foot. Flip the hip over, so you're back to the front of the mat. Frame that front foot. Now bring the right heel to your bum. Touch the nose to the knee. And my core is shaking. Round that back. Breathe. Push back into three-legged dog. Just for a little break. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to the left elbow. Extend into your fallen triangle. Left knee, heel on the mat. Extend the right leg. Left fingertips to the ceiling. Lift the hip nice and high. Find that fallen triangle. Pinch the shoulder blades together in the back. Let your shoulders drop towards your lower back. Lift the hip a little bit higher. And left biceps to ear if you're there. To extend that left side. Lift the hip higher. So my right obliques are working, but I'm getting the stretch in the left side. And now let's flip over. Left hand on the mat. Bring that right knee to the nose one more time because it's fun. And then left heel pivots on the outside of the foot. Come into that plank and have a play. Right fingertips reach up and then play with that right leg. See what's more challenging, but find that balance. Make sure you can lift the hip high. So if it's too challenging and you're struggling with the balance, choose something where the feet are together, or right foot in front of the left foot. Hold it for one more breath. And on your next inhale, high plank and sinking through chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog, sit back. Hold it for one more breath. Give it that nice stretch on those shoulders after all that planking. On your next inhale, look forwards and you're going to jump into a yogic squat. Nice and slowly. Feet are wide, toes pointing out. That's your second one. That's your second yogic squat, second manasana. Take your one lower if you want, or if you can. If you want to have a go with your crow straight away, please do. So either the knee on the inside of your the inside of your knee on the top of your triceps. Hands shoulder distance. Rounding the back, maybe looking forwards and touching the toes together. Have a go with that or just stretch. And then come down slowly. We're going to stretch into the hamstring so you can have a go with your crane. So once you're down there, lift the bum. Bring the feet hip distance. Halfway lift. Big inhale. And exhale. Really stretch into those hamstrings. Try not to pull your lower back. Feel that it's on your hamstrings. You can hug the back of your knees if you want for a breath or two. And you have the option to stay here. Or you're putting the hands in front of your toes. Make sure your hands are flat. And you either just practice touching the knees close to your armpits and maybe just rock forwards and backwards. Please be very careful. It's so easy to fall over. Or you lift up into your crane, which is a little bit harder than your crow, and then pull the heels up to your bum. And again, you have the option to stay here and just practice that balance, because it took me years to learn it. And if you want to have a go, you're going to go through your chaturanga. So a big inhale here, and make sure you land without smashing your face. So maybe look to the side if you're not sure. Big inhale, and exhale in a low chaturanga position. Inhale into your cobra upward dog. Find a downward dog, and then meet us. And then meet us in a yogic squat again. I think I've lost Brandy. Oh, there she is. And just meet us in your yogic squat again. And she's back. Lovely. Hands down, bum up. One more halfway lift. Big inhale. And exhale, forward. Come up slowly. I'm going to round my back this time. Roll the shoulders out. And just stand upright for a few seconds. We're going to twist again, a bit of balance. While you're waiting, just turn the palms to the front. It's going to be weird, but try and squeeze your bum and tuck your tailbone under, which is quite unnatural, but I need that for the balance. You're long in the trunk, shoulders back, just squeezing the glutes straight away. Bend the knees slightly and spread your toes. Transfer the weight into your left leg and lift the right knee up. And make sure you're not just lifting from the hip flexors, you're actually hollowing your body. And you bring that right knee up nice and high. Straight away, we're going to twist. So put that left hand on the right knee. Right fingertips are going to the front and behind you to twist it. If you're ready to shift the gaze to your right and maybe to the back, please do. Make sure your spine stays very long. Have that slight bend in the left leg. Release the knee and release the left fingertips to the front of the mat. So you've got that vertical twist again. I'm going to take a shorter step, not quite a lunge, somewhere in the middle of the mat with my right leg. So it's a very short lunge position. Once you're there, cartwheel the hands down, straighten the left leg, and put your right hand onto your left shin. We are going to go into a revolving triangle. Once you're there, lift the left fingertips to the ceiling. And before you bend any further down, just lengthen the spine. So if you need to have the right hand on the left thigh, please do. Lengthen the spine, make sure both legs are straight. All 10 toes are pointing forwards. And then try and stack the shoulders on top of each other. So you're again, twisting that spine. If you can reach the right fingertips to the mat, please do. But if you end up with a very rounded back, you might want to come a bit higher. Hold it for one more breath, and you're going to come into that twisted standing position again. So when you're ready, look forward, cartwheel the hands all the way around, your right knee comes up, and grab that right knee with the left hand again, right fingertips pointing back. Now you have the option here to reach down for the outside of your right foot, and maybe extend however far it goes without slouching forwards. So reach that maximum. You might already straighten your knee. Make sure your back is straight. And however far you got, look behind you again. So shift your gaze towards your right fingertips if you can. Again, release that knee or leg. Just hold that leg in the air. And let's step back into a long lunge position this time. So the right leg goes all the way into a lunge. And again, cartwheel the hands around, but this time you're going to bring the hands to the heart center and twist across again. So as soon as you're there, right elbow on the left knee, and lengthen that stance. You know it so well. This is your twisted lunge. If you can, straighten the back leg. Press into that left knee. Point your left elbow up to the ceiling and feel that twist in the back. Lengthen the spine. Draw in the belly button, and it shouldn't hurt your back. Hold it for one more breath. And then look down at your mat. You're going to step forwards into a chair pose. So you're going to step your right foot right next to the left foot. Transfer the weight and come into that twisted lunge. Once you're there, knees together, and take that twist a bit further if you can. Again, lengthen the spine. Really long spine. Keep pressing into that left knee, but the knees stay together. If you want to, extend both elbows so your arms are straight, or just keep the hands by the heart center. Bring the hands back to heart center, lift both heels, and sit your butt onto the heels. Put both hands onto your left side, fingertips down first. We're gonna have a go with your side crawl. Take your time to still twist the back. I've got right tricep on the outside of my left thigh. My right bicep is going to be the shelf. Try and put your hands flat. If it causes any back pain already, don't do the side crawl, please, please, please. Press your knees together and suck your belly button in. Make sure your left hand is flat as well. And then very slowly start pushing the weight into the triceps, into the wrists. Take the feet off, stacking the toes, heels, and knees on top of each other. If not, just stay with the twist. Beautiful. Lovely. And then slowly come down, and please, as you unravel your spine, do it slowly. Come back to center. Push your bum up, feet hip distance. Then go down for a few seconds. Give your back a break. Hands on your shins, round your back and come up slowly. On the top, just reach up to give yourself a big stretch. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center, and release the hands to the front. Again, standing up tall. We're going to do the other side. Spread the toes. Clench your bum, tug the toes. Tug the pelvis, I meant to say. Bring the left knee up. Use the core first. And then grab that left knee with the right hand. Left fingertips going behind you, and shift the gaze if you're ready. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Left knee still pointing to the front of the mat. I'm taking that short step, revolving triangle. And then cartwheeling the hands around, hips are pointing forwards. I've got left hand on the shin or wherever it needs to go. Right fingertips to the ceiling. Long spine first. If you can, straighten both legs. I've got left hand towards the mat or on my shin. Right leg in the front. 10 toes are pointing to the front. Hips are square. And the back is as straight as possible. Try and stack the shoulders on top of each other. That's the hard bit. Let's go back into that standing position. Cartwheel the hands around, lift that left knee. Find a balance. Grab the knee or the outside of your left foot. Stand up straight first before you think about extending that left knee, however far it goes. Long, 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 long spine. That's the main thing. And if you manage to reach your maximum, maybe shift your gaze to the back. Look at your left fingertips if you can. Hold it for one more breath. And we've got that lunge position. First, I just release and hold that foot in the air. And then shift it back. Long step, cartwheel the hands around. Hands to heart center. Left elbow on the right thigh. I'm still shifting around. Find that position. Left knee straight, right elbow pointing up. And I'm feeling that twist in the back. Keep pressing into that left elbow. Lengthen the spine again. Look down at your mat. Step the feet together. Twisted chair. Sitting bum low. Keep pressing into that knee. Open the arms if it's there. Make sure it's twisting the back. Don't worry too much about it. If the arms don't quite open, that's okay. Hands back to heart center. Lift your heels, sit your bum on your heels. Starting with the fingertips. Double checking. Left elbow, tricep is on the outside of the right thigh. And then maybe the hand, maybe the right hand. Feel that twist in the back, no pain. Draw the belly button in and slowly start shifting into it if you're ready. If not, stay with the twist. Lovely guys, just don't forget one side is going to be different. And then once you're out of it, well done. Once you're out of the position, come back to center. Well done guys. That's much quicker than the way I learned it. Bum up and just angle down for a few seconds. Give yourself a little break here and just breathe. Hands on your knees again as you're rounding the back. And bring that spine up vertebra by vertebra. Take a big inhale as you reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, your spine is nice and low. Let's flush it out with a sun salutation. Reach the arms down. And then reach up, inhale. Exhale, forward, forward. In your own time, inhale, halfway lift, go through your chaturanga, wherever it takes you. Inhale, cobra, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Push your bum high and hold. You have the option to stay here or take a break in child's pose even. Otherwise, I'm going to drop into dolphin. Elbows go into the mat one by one or together, however you wish. Still stretching the shoulders as if you were doing your downward dog. Just for 3 repetitions, lift both heels while you're drawing the belly button into your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, drop those heels. Inhale, lift. Keep looking towards the ankle. Try not to strain your neck. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop and hold it here. Lift back up into your downward dog. Straighten both arms. Find a downward dog again. On your next inhale, look forwards. Step or jump forwards into your aerobic squat again. Sit down for a breath or two. Sit onto your bum. Go around if you need to, or just pop your bum onto the mat. Once you're there, hold the knees in. Only have the tippy toes on the mat. And then find your core muscles, find your balance, and take those toes off. Find your focus point. Now round your back a bit more. Release those legs, release the fingertips to the front. And then lift the legs into your boat pose. I'm going to keep the knees bent for now. You can straighten if you want. I'm going to keep them bent. Shoulders away from the ears. Hands together, and the thumbs are going to glue onto the chest, onto the sternum. Try not to move them from there. We're going to twist. One way, elbow is coming to the mat, back to center, other way. Inhale in the middle, exhale, twist one way. Inhale, exhale, other way. And just keep going with that. Make sure the thumb is staying glued to the chest, but you're thinking about touching the elbow towards the mat. I can't, but if you can, brilliant. Just keep going. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep drawing your belly button in. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Release the hands. You have the option to stay here, or I'm going to flush it out with a full flow going through your chaturanga. I'm going to cross the ankles, roll over onto the hands, and jumping back into a low chaturanga. Prepare for it. You can always stay here. Rolling over, jumping back, sinking through it. Inhaling to cobra, upward dog, back into your downward dog. And then step or jump forwards into your yogic squat again, just for one breath. And then sit onto your butt. Hug the knees in again. Lean forwards. This time I'm going to relax into it. Just dropping the head, forehead on the knee. Just relax. I'm going to grab a strap and we do a forward fold. Legs out straight. You don't need the strap if you've got long calf strings, but I'm going to use it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stretch. Just for a few repetitions, as if you were doing your halfway lift. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold from the lower back. Again, inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. So feel more and more in the hamstring, less and less in the lower back. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, forward, and hold it this time. Think about the crown of your head going forwards rather than dropping in between your shins. And then let's sit up slowly. Bring the right knee into your chest. I'm going to turn away from you in a sec. Sitting bones out flat, left toes are pointing up. Right fingertips behind you. Inhale, left fingertips up. Exhale, press the left elbow into the right knee. Spinal twist, look over your right shoulder. Looking over your right shoulder if you can, with long spine. And then look back to the center. I'm going to grab my right foot, but I'm going to use the strap. Don't have to. If you can, do the same that we were doing standing up. Grab the outside of your right foot with your left hand. Or use the strap. I'm going to grab the strap with my left hand. Main thing is when you're extending that right knee, sit up really tall. And either hold that foot with the left hand or the strap with your left hand. Leg is straight if you can. Spine is really long. Right fingertips are going behind you, just like you were doing in a standing position. Lengthen that spine. Try and bring those shoulders in on the same line. Line up with the long side of the mat. Now you have the option to stay here. I'm going to touch the right fingertips onto the mat. Find my core muscles and bring the left foot towards the right foot. Now, if you can, you might be able to grab both legs and then finding the balance, releasing the right fingertips off of the mat, hopefully. And then try and hold it here for about a breath or two. And then once you're there, just release that left leg down onto the mat, the right leg down onto the mat. Lean forwards for a breath, release the tension on your back. And then as you come up, left knee in, we're going to repeat the other side. Left fingertips behind you, right arm up and across, spinal twist first. Look over your left shoulder, long spine. We need that twist. then look to the front. Let's grab that left foot. Again, I'm going to use the strap, you don't need it. I'm holding the strap with my right hand, or you can grab the outside of the left foot with your right hand. Long spine first, and then reach the left fingertips to the back. Again, it should be a nice twist in the back. It shouldn't cause any back pain. You can stay here or left fingertips on the mat, leaning towards that the back of the mat, rounding the lumbar spine a bit so the core muscles are coming from there, and lifting the right leg. If you want to, you can grab both legs with that right hand. Again, I'm sucking in the belly button to find the core and slowly releasing the left fingertips from the mat, hopefully. And then release the right leg down. Release the left leg down. I'm going to release the strap. I roll back just for one breath to go through chaturanga again. So I'm going to roll myself into a low ball, crossing ankles, rolling over into a high plank. Tucking knees in, already crossing ankles. I'm going to try and cross the other way. And then roll over. And go through your chaturanga in your own time. Let's meet in downward dog. We're going to stretch out those hip flexors. When you're ready, lift the left leg behind you into your three-legged dog and step on the outside of the left hand. So you come into the lizard. We did this stretch last week. Back leg straight, drop the hips. For now, just looking forwards and shift forwards and backwards. Making sure that right knee is very straight. That's where the hip flexors stretch, the front of your right hip is going to come from. Now, if you can, come onto the right elbow. You can't see it, I'm so sorry. And then come onto the left elbow, if you can. If not, stay on the hands. And again, shift forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Now we're going to play with something. And I'm going to cheat. I'm going to bring my hands back up. So I'm coming onto the hands. But I'm going to put my hands a little bit behind my heel. And hopefully this is a shorter high plank position. So if you step back, it's a shorter high plank. Push the bum up and find your downward dog. Now I'm going to lift the left knee towards the left armpit, shift forwards, and I try to put my left inner thigh towards the groin onto my left tricep. I drop my right rib cage onto the tricep, and if all goes well, I try and lift the back leg, just for a split second. Put the mic on if you need to talk to me. I'll show you the other way. And I shift the weight forwards to tip all the weight into the head. But I'm not extending that left leg this time. If nothing else, it's a very good core exercise to actually try and bring that elbow very high up on your groin. Just feel what happens if you really try and tug that elbow into the groin. Do you put the mic on if you want to talk? Think about not quite a high plank again, shorter. And really try and place the inner thighs very close to your groin onto your left tricep. Rest it on that tricep. There you go. Lovely, guys. Once you've done that, sit back for a sec. Just sit back for a sec. You might want to turn the fingertips around to take the weight off of the wrists, because most of the weight is going to come into the wrist. Before we do the other side, just give your wrist a break. And then shake it off. Just step into a downward dog. Just your usual downward dog. We need to stretch out your hip flexors first. Right leg up, step on the outside of the right leg, right hand into lizard. It's quite long, it needs to be long. I'm just going to shift forwards and backwards, making sure the left knee is straight. And then maybe the left elbow on the mat, maybe the right elbow on the mat. And again, shift forwards and backwards. Feel that stretch in the left hip flexor. If the previous position was better for you, just stay with that. And then come back onto the hands. But again, I'm cheating. I'm going to bring the hands a bit closer to the feet. So when I step back with that right leg, it's a lot shorter high plank. And then downward dog. And I'm getting ready. Right leg up. I'm coming onto the left tippy toes already, rounding the back. Bring that elbow close to the groin. I can't even talk. And then make sure your left rib cage is resting on the left elbow. You might find, I totally find that one side is so much harder. So again, start from a shorter high plank, which is quite weird. And then think about elbow going past that, knee going past the elbow. And the higher you lift that elbow onto your inner thigh. Do you want to see it again? Are we happy? Yeah? You're going to find that one side is easier. I think it's the strength in my arms for me, and probably the mobility in my hip flexors. If you need to put your head on the mat to start, we do that. Good, guys, that's good. Once you finish, just sit back into child's pose again. Stretch the wrist the other way. And then just go to the front of the mat again into a Sphinx position to stretch your stomach. Because if you're anything like myself, I really feel it in my stomach. Elbows under the shoulders. Open the collarbones, press the top of the feet onto the mat and try and open your heart to the front. You can drop your head back if you want, but make sure it doesn't strain the back of your neck. Try and keep that neck long. Just feel that stretch in the front of your body. Lovely. And then release onto your front. Slowly push back up onto all fours and into your downward dog for the last time. Well, there will be one more. Lift the right leg behind you for a three-legged dog and then step forwards into a pigeon. So the right shin comes behind the wrists. Wiggle your left knee backwards and then lift the chest. Big inhale, square the hips as much as you can. Make sure it doesn't hurt your knees. And then walk forwards. Make sure you can feel the stretch in your right hip, your right glute. I always relax the head onto the mat. If you have a different glute stretch that doesn't hurt your knee, feel free to do that. Just make sure you can feel it in your right glute. If you want, you can stay with that stretch, mainly if you've got any knee issues. Otherwise, bring the fingertips back to your shin. And you either just sit over onto your right bum cheek and reach with your left hand to your left foot. Bend that left knee and pull that left heel onto your bum. If you want to take it any further, you can always just sit out to the side so you feel it in the front of your left thigh. If you want to take it further, just look to the front of the mat. I'm actually going to turn around and I turn my hip over, lifting the chest nice and high. And you should feel probably quite deep inside the hip flexor as well. If it doesn't suit you, just sit down onto your right bum cheek and just pull it in however far it goes. Just make sure you can feel something in your left quads. And then slowly release it off, back into your pigeon. Hands flat, tug the toes, and it's very important because you've just done a back bend, kind of round your back first, and then step into your downward dog, protecting that back. And then lift the left leg behind you. Let's do the, I'm totally lying, sorry. Oh no, I'm not. Left leg up, step into your pigeon. The shin behind the wrists, wiggling the right knee back, finding your pigeon first. I'm gonna lift the spine. That helps aligning my hips as well, back leg is straight. And then walk forwards however far you want. Again, make sure you can feel it in your left glute, in your left hip. Relax your head on the mat if you want. Or find a glute stretch that works for you. And then for your glute quad stretch, if you want to, bring the hands back to the knee. I'm lifting off a sit out onto the left side of your hip. If you want, reach back with the right arm, pull the right heel onto your bum. And either just hold it here if that works for you, or turn the hip again square, parallel with the long, short side of the mat. And then lift that chest. And you should feel quite deep inside your hip flexor on the right side. But definitely your quad muscles, the front of your right thigh. Okay, and then release it off slowly. Just bring that right leg around and find a comfortable seated position. And just for a couple of breaths, make sure your spine is long. Reach the fingertips to the back if it suits you. Fingertips on the mat first, just to open the chest, and that's enough. Or if it doesn't hurt your back, interlace the fingers, open the chest, and then lift those arms off to stretch your chest. And whilst you're here, and if you can keep your back straight, ear to shoulder one way. Sorry, I'm combining a lot of things here. And then change. So hopefully you feel it in your neck as well. And then release the hands onto the knees, chin down to chest. And then roll your head one way. And the other way. Hi Kirsty, you didn't miss anything. We just did the chest and a few shoulder rolls and neck rolls. You didn't miss anything. And then look back, shoulders back one more time. Let's finish it off. Inhale, reach up, long stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much, guys. Well done, everyone. I can't unmute you, so if you want to talk to me,